We have all experienced that sensation at least once in our lifetime, that scary, hairy rising feeling of someone or something is watching us. If not, then get ready because chances are good you will experience it someday, owing to the fact that there are just some things that even science can explain. Don't believe us? Then go ahead and check these 5 famous Filipinos who have allegedly had their own encounters with the supernatural. Emilio Aguinaldo and his friend Kapre, who protected him. According to some folk stories, yes, it is believed that the Kapre live under a bridge near Aguinaldo's mansion in Kawit, Cavite. Supposedly, this being gave Aguinaldo military advice and an anting-anting in the form of small white stone, which made the general unkillable in the battlefield and could have also given him his long life. The Kapre itself was the personal guardian of the Aguinaldo dwelling. It once prevented Spanish soldiers from crossing the bridge by deflecting their bullets right back at them. In their ensuing escape, the soldiers were said to have been Aguinaldo riding a white carabao, which would explain why the Aguinaldo's ancestral home is adorned with statues and busts of the animals. As for the anting-anting's whereabouts, witnesses allegedly saw Aguinaldo spit out a small white stone just before he expired on his deathbed.
Bobby is happy to be with his friend.
A poltergeist haunted Jose Rizal. Apparently, even the Philippines' foremost hero was not immune to the otherworldly hauntings. While in exile in Dapitan, Rizal wrote to Jesuit priests about one of his houses being haunted by a poltergeist. In this case, the poltergeist was said to be targeting his significant other, Josephine Bracken, who was also believed that it was the spirit of her dead father. Rizal wrote that many of their household items had been broken by the poltergeist. When Josephine asked the spirit what it wanted, all her cups, tea kettles, saucers fell down at the same time. Rizal requested the priest, Father Obak, to come over and perform an exorcism. The haunting reportedly stopped afterward. However, noted historian Ambet Ocampo advises everyone to take the story with a grain of salt, since it would not make sense for Rizal, a known critic of superstitions, to even believe in hauntings.
You best start believing in ghost stories.
An Engkanto caused Julie Vega's death.
Tell me your name!
For those who may have not heard of Julie Vega, she was one of the most promising child actors during the 70s and 80s, having won 2 FAMAs for Best Actress during her career. Sadly, Vega passed away at the tender age of 16. Her death officially listed as cardiac arrest due to bronchopneumonia, while it was suspected that she was suffering from multiple sclerosis or Guillain-Barré syndrome. Both are life-threatening conditions that could cause respiratory paralysis. A story goes that Vega's death could be linked to the last film she made, Lovingly Yours the movie. During the filming of the first episode of this 4-part movie, Julie played a girl possessed by a demon in a plot similar to The Exorcist. According to the story, Engkantos, or environmental spirits of the place where the movie was filmed, it was in an old house in Mount Minalmon, San Miguel, Bulacan, either felt disrespected or fell in love with Vega. Hence, they afflicted her with an illness and took her spirit away. Vega herself was reported to have seen a small bearded child several times inside their makeshift comfort room during their time on the mountain.
It's not human.
Rico Yan And Bangungot. Like Vega, matinee idol Rico Yan also met an untimely end on March 29 of 2002 inside a room at the Dos Palmas Resort in Puerto Princesa City, Palawan. At the time of his death, he was just 27. He was already a household name adored all over the country by his legion of fans, and the fact that he had been suffering from no known ailments up to that point made his demise all the more shocking. Although experts have since attributed his death to cardiac arrest caused by acute hemorrhagic pancreatitis in his sleep, many have blamed bangungot, a mysterious ailment which can be roughly translated as sudden unexpected death syndrome. Accordingly, An Engkanto is said to have caused the malady.
Just a dream. This isn't real. This is just a dream. He isn't real.
Occupants of Malacañang Palace and their supernatural encounter. We have already pointed out that Malacañang Palace is without a doubt one of the most haunted places in the Philippines. And it's a safe bet that whoever staying there is 100% sure to experience a haunting one way or another. The place is allegedly filled with the spirits of dead past presidents, people beheaded by the Japanese because the place once served as their headquarters during World War II, and even a black lady and a Kapre. Even creepier, rooms inside the palace are said to be haunted by the spirits of children and doppelgangers. And by virtue of being the longest resident of the palace, it is also the Marcoses who have experienced the most paranormal events. Aside from Aimee reportedly seeing the spirit of Manuel L. Quezon, Bongbong had his own fair share of hauntings inside the state dining room. Their mother Imelda also used to insist on being escorted to the bathroom near that room as she was afraid of seeing Manuel Rojas's ghost. As for President Benigno Aquino, he also spoke of hearing footsteps in the hallways and pianos playing by themselves at night. You want to watch more scary stories? What are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and ring that bell to never miss out.